Hello and welcome to Books of Blood. My name is John, and today is going to be the start of what I hope will be a rather lengthy series. Like I said in a video previously, I was thinking about doing this series and I asked you guys what you thought of it, and a lot of you have come back and said, hey, it sounds like a great series. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing is a thing called 50 Years of Horror, and what I am going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to take about 5 books from each year from 1972 all the way to 2022. Will I get finished with this in 2022? I'm not really sure, but I hope that I will, alright? And the reason I decided on 5 books out of each year is because I don't want to make these videos long marathons. I don't want them to be excessively long or anything like that. And I just thought 5 books from each year would be a good round or a good number. All right. So anyway, so we're going to be doing, first year we're going to be doing is 1972. And another thing I've decided to do, or I'm going to try to do with this, is try to feature a couple of books that everybody's pretty much familiar with. And then the other 3 books will be ones that you may not have heard of, because I'm going to tell you right now, these books here, I have heard of 2 of them, I have read 1 of them, and I have never heard of the other 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and get underway. So, the first one we're going to talk about for 1972, and I was 10 years old, by the way, in 1972, is The Halloween Tree, and this is by Ray Bradbury. Makes story time a little spookier with fantasy master Ray Bradbury as he takes readers on a riveting trip through space and time to discover the true origins of Halloween. Join the shadowy carapace clavicle mound shroud as he takes 8 trick-or-treaters on an unforgettable journey to find their missing friend, Pip. Travel through space and time from the tombs of ancient Egypt to the gargoyles of Notre Dame Cathedral, all the way to the cemeteries of Mexico on El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. Is Pip still alive? And if so, can his friend save him from a ghastly fate before it's too late? And that is The Halloween Tree, and that is by Ray Bradbury. Alright, next up, and this is one of the first ones I've never heard of, and this is To Kill a Witch, and this is by Alice Brennan. Laurie Brooks visited Gull Island twice to interview the world-famous author Agatha Gray. Agatha was an expert on witchcraft, and the people of the area hated and feared her, accusing the old woman of dealing with Satan himself. Agatha had buried herself in the study of the dark powers for so long it seemed that the island had been transformed into a corner of hell. Then Laurie was astonished to find that Agatha had named her as heir to Gull Island, with a proviso that Laurie must spend 3 months in the house. At first the girl welcomed the unusual break in her life, but very soon she began to understand the reason for her native fears. Death walked the rocky beaches of Gull Island and seemed to be reaching out for Laurie herself. Would she be the next to die? The next to be damned forever? And that is To Kill a Witch, and that is by Alice Brennan. Okay, this one here is one of those that is in the Frankenstein horror series. This was a series of books that were published, I think, between 72 and 73 or 71 and 72. I don't remember exactly. Anyway, this first one, or this one I'm going to be talking about now, is The Night of the Wolf, and this is by Frank Belknap Long, all right? And there's not much of a synopsis for this. Some of these books I couldn't find really huge synopsis for, so I'm going to read what I found, all right? Here was, 1972 to 1973, Popular Library published its paperback Frankenstein horror series. The Frankenstein series has multiple authors, but Frank Belknap Long authored The Night of the Wolf in 1972. Illustrated by Gray Morrow. First edition, out of the depths emerged the giant wolf creature, come to destroy all who stood in his monstrous path. Inside a cave in Bulgaria, Professor Margrave, his daughter Doris, and his colleague John find the carved wooden head of a predatory wolf. The rare and priceless discovery reveals the horrifying meaning of the talisman. 175 pages. And that is, how was that name? The Night of the Wolf, and that is by Frank Belknap Long. All right. Okay, this is another one in the Frankenstein horror series, and this is 7 Tickets to Hell. And this is by Robert Moore Williams. Ben Harkle, young narcotics agent on assignment in Mexico, enters the netherworld of the terrible Qumrath, where corpses rise from the dead, shadows speak, and mammoth man-eating worms slide silently through prehistoric caverns of terror. And that is 7 Tickets to Hell, and that's by Robert Moore Williams. All right. Okay, last but not least, I have read this one. All right. This is, and in fact, I read this one. I was a big fan of the TV show, a big fan of the movie. I read this thing in one night. I tucked up under my covers. It's a summer night. I tucked up under my covers, had the light on or had a flashlight on, read this thing. I was sweating like a pig. It was summertime. I read this thing, just breezed through it. Anyway, I am talking about The Night Stalker, and this is by Jeff Rice. All right. 4 gorgeous girls, their bodies drained of blood. In Las Vegas, even the kinkiest crimes don't cause much stir. Everyone's used to it, but now women are lying in alleys, gutters, and parking lots, their bodies drained of blood. Is it possible a vampire stalking Las Vegas streets? That is The Night Stalker, and that is by Jeff Rice. All right? So that is going to do it for 50 Years of Horror, 1972. Like I said, I was 10 years old, all right? Anyway, until next time, thank you for watching, and take care, and stay scared. Bye-bye.